What's up, people? Let's talk about Valve today. You're probably thinking, what, the video game company? But there's a lot more to it than that. If you're unaware, Steam is basically an online distribution program to distribute Valve and other developers' games on the internet. And it's like now I can access my games and play them from anywhere. But with their anti-cheat stuff, automatic updates, your friends list, it's so much more than that. It's a revolution. So if you gotta pick one name behind the company Valve, it's Gabe Newell. And I swear to God, shut the fuck up with your fucking fat jokes! Anyways, I was recently watching this interview with Gabe in this classroom, which was really cool of you to do, by the way, Gabe. I hope those kids appreciate the opportunity they had. Gabe was saying how they don't even really invest their money in marketing as normal companies do, because you don't see Steam commercials or billboards, because they realize that their best marketers are satisfied customers like myself. So, you know, I thought I'd do my little part, you know, to give a little back. So here's my way of doing just that. So for me, it all started back in like 96 or 97. I had a Sierra Games magazine, and me and my friend Mark, we both ordered 2 copies of SWAT 2. And since I spent so much money, I was able to get a free game. And I saw this thing called Half-Life. I was like, I had no idea what it was. I had never heard anything about it. It just looked cool. So I said, yeah, no, give me that. So SWAT 2 finally came, but Half-Life did not. It ended up getting delayed. SWAT 2 got boring pretty fast.
Suspect under arrest. The area appears clear.
And then in 98, some random day when I wasn't expecting it, a freaking Half-Life showed up in the mailbox and changed my world. You know, you gotta think of first-person shooters back at this point in time. They're fairly simple. It's pretty much just you and the bad guys, shoot everything you see. Duke Nukem 3D was probably the coolest thing we had at that point, but by no means was it 3D, and you know, it was a lot of fun, but simple. Half-Life really changed everything. Half-Life added a whole new layer to games that I don't even think we even knew existed. It wasn't like playing a game anymore, it was like living a movie. The opening train ride, there were NPCs that weren't trying to kill you, and the way that their mouths moved.
Catch me later, I'll buy you a beer.
The way the titles popped up, the music, the atmosphere. Everything was really optimized and polished, and there was online play, and it was just, it just stepped everything up a notch. Whew, and don't even get me started on online play at that time. Who remembers MSN Gaming Zone? Who remembers GameSpy Arcade? You had to buy the game in a box and a disc and install it, and you had to download the updates and go to some crazy page to go online, and once you're in the game, there's no talking to your friends or whatever. You had to be alt-tabbing out of the game and then go on to AIM so you could, like, you know, talk to your friends to get the IP address and try to paste it into the game, and you have to copy it down with paper and pencil. Shit was a mess. So in the midst of working on Half-Life 2, Valve was trying to create, you know, something to get rid of all this nonsense. They said, we don't want you to have to go to the store and get a disc. We don't want people to have to go to random websites to download patches or go to Game Copy World to get no CD cracks. We don't want you to have to worry about cheaters. We don't want you to have to worry about updates. They really just wanted to bring it all together, make it all simple, make it all work. And they took this idea to Real, Yahoo, Microsoft, all the big companies that you would think would be interested in this, yet they all turned it down. I guess they were intimidated by such a fantastic idea, because, I mean, at the time it did sound rather impossible. But you gotta hand it to Valve, they said, fine, we'll do it ourselves. Yeah, there was a little hiccup when, you know, Half-Life 2 was released on Steam. You know, there was like a bajillion people trying to log on to Steam, everything crashed. It was like, I just went to the store and I came home with my game and now I can't play it. So I can see why people were freaking out, but I think in the big picture, this little hiccup of Valve is definitely overlookable. So basically my point is I just wish more companies worked like Valve does. You know, they don't let bankers or CEOs or whoever get in their way. They're a private company that does things their way, and they just constantly make the best possible products that they can. Valve isn't perfect. They've had a few hiccups and a few little mistakes along the way. Banning idlers in TF2. But for the most part, I think they should be a role model of all other companies. Every year, not only do they treat their employees to a party, but their employees' family. It seems most big game companies are just concerned about profit. How long will it take companies to realize this? That when you make things open source, you're not losing information or, you know, possible buyers. In the long run, you're only going to be creating more customers and more fans of your company. The only way we're going to really make things better is if we all work together. You can't shut your community off and not listen to them. I don't understand these companies like Sony who try to, you know, basically throw people in jail for hacking the PS3. Valve, on the other hand, is releasing the software development kits, and the community gets to create their own material, which in turn benefits Valve and everyone else. I mean, look at Counter-Strike, look at Portal. That's how these things came to be. Even if you don't give a shit about video games, I think any person should be able to respect the way that Valve operates their company. I know I'm starting to get some brown on my nose here, but to me, Valve is like, they're the American dream. Just a nice, happy example of when shit actually works. So anyways, I just want to say thanks, Valve, Gabe, and the rest of the team. Keep up the good work. And I'm not even gonna ask for episode 3. We waited for like 9 years for TF2, 6 of which they didn't say anything. So, you know, 3 little years of silence for episode 3. We done when it's great, so whatever. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace out.